re 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 no re re na re re na. It's many of you may see me at a wrong place, that I'm talking about Qawwali, as Mayuri Chaturvedi has said that she feels that I will give a different view, but everything is being talked by everyone, and there is hardly what should I say about, because there is one thing which is instrumental in everything. There is a diversity within. That's the human being. Ever since God has created human being, and human being ever since is searching God in so many different ways, and so many different ways and kinds. And one thing in common in all of us, that we are so similar yet so different. We all possess the same amount of organs and everything, except for few people. And but we are similar yet different. So it comes to the genre of music also. The theme behind the music is the tone. Tone, a pleasing tone. Tone which matters the most. A lot, and the rhythm. And if we go into depth of the rhythm and the tone, so the Big Bang, the Big Bang, when Earth took its different shape and different size, means when it became a watery and green planet, it was because of the sound. So in this part of the world we call it home, and in different parts they say, some people say Allahu, which is something or something. Because I have not come with any paper, I have just taken the same thing, I have just come like that. And that's my way, that's the way we are taught. That my Ustad Zahiruddin Dagar Sahab would say that, beta, ek gana hota hai, aur ek ugalna hota hai. So you sing, you don't blurp out. So I have come with this, that the Srishti is moving in some rhythm, the earth is moving in some rhythm, so we need rhythm. And there's tone, which is the origin of this planet in which we live in. So there is a tone there, the swar, you can call it a swar. A different tone behind the same note. In India, in this part of the world, or India, South Asia, or subcontinent, whatever you want to call, we have a freedom of selecting our pitch. In rest of the, means not rest of the world. It is debatable, you know. There is every space, every place has a west, and Europe itself started calling itself a west. There is another west beyond. So they started calling themselves a West. So this is debatable because the American continent is further west, and there is a west for each and every place. So they have, I'll talk about Europe now. They have calculated the tones, which what they call A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And that is, we'll talk about the 7 notes. So if you count A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's 7 notes. And we also have Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni. So we have selected, we can select our pitch. We have female pitches and non-female pitch, that's male scale. So the theme behind everything is, what is research? What is research? And what is entertainment? Because as we break things, because it's a very important aspect of language, or a very important aspect of the expression. We divide things. We have to divide things. We divide things and then we form something. We deform and then we form something. So if we go into that, so if I go into research, search, which is already been done, search, and research, We are resurfing it, researching it. So I can break furthermore. SEAR, seer. So we break it. And then we have ARC, arts. So after breaking, re-breaking it, we find our own arcs out of the same old equation or old thing. We find our own way to express ourselves. Because everybody is being told when he was or she was born that you are unique. There is never a repeat of the same personality or same person. So it is difficult to know whether sakshatar, the literacy is good or illiteracy is good, or to be educated is good, to be illiterate good or bad. Because the world is getting corrupted or is getting worse because of the educated illiterates. So I don't know whether the mullah mare mujhe mainu alug de aage kuch na dikhe. He wants to teach me, mullah wants to teach me alif be pe te se jim che he khair se. But I can't see beyond alif. I can't see beyond alif, and you want to teach me so many things. So the theme is, the spirituality is there, the meditation aspect is very much there. So देखना हर तरफ ना मजलिस में रुकने निकलेंगे सैकड़ों इसमें. You don't have to look all around, so you have to look within. And music is something, it is, again I come back to the entertainment. Entertainment, people feel that just to jump and just to go out and do freak out is the meaning of entertainment. No. Let's go and break this word again. Let it enter first. You first receive it, perceive it. Let it enter first. It is meant to attain you. It is meant to attain you. And listening is very difficult, because the beauty with our brain is the connectivity with the brain. And the beauty with our brain is that it can do 5 things at the same time. As you are listening to myself, you must be comparing what DR.MADAN Gopal Singh ji has said and what Dr.NAJMA Parveen Sahiba is going to speak about, what DHRUV has said, and you have your own perception also, and you are listening to me also, and you have your, these are the things what you can do at the same time. So there is a connectivity within, and there is a connectivity with the source. So ever since God has made us, we are searching the God. So this instrument, it is called Gatri Veena. The Veena, which is made by God. And this instrumental is instrumental in making all the instrument. Be it anything apart from nature. I don't need to explain all this, means I don't have to go into so many things that what else. It can be the religion also. I go to the religion also. Means the concept is being given to the prophet and the avatars that this is it, what you have to do, and you have the righteous path. And further on, I've gone to religion, then I don't need to furthermore explain what else have been formed. So then I come back to music for what I'm here. So music is a very crucial part of our lives, because it's a food for your soul. Ruh ki ghiza hai. So we are every time most of us are very scared, or we get very insecure when there is no word. What is more important, the word or the feelings? Word or the meaning? What is more important? Feelings are more important, but we need words. But we have a way to express ourselves without the words also. So the feelings are far superior than the word. So feelings and music and the arts are formed for the feelings, through the feelings. How you attain, how you want to achieve your target. Because we have not seen the musical note. Have we seen our brain? Have we seen our heart? Have we seen our soul? इंसान को अपनी हस्ती का इरफान ना हुआ, खाक फिर खाक थी औकात से आगे न बढ़ी. We have not seen these things. When a doctor tells me that, oh, this is brain and this is right side of the brain and left side of the brain, this is the artery and this and that and that. I said, this is not my heart. My heart is not like this. So when we have diversity, we have the nanobite, furthermore differences within all the bodies. So there is a difference in each one of us, in the organs and all. So what are we looking for? What are we searching for? What do we want to attain? Qawwali or Dhrupad. In traditional Qawwali, they still have this alap they do, but now, as Dhruv was saying that in Khwaja Gharib Nawaz Dargah, they are no more using that. So, but the classical music or the rags are being very instrumental in bringing the tone and the music into, means even in Quran or in Azan, when you hear Azan, there are notes in, and even in Qiraat, the recitation of Quran, they also work on one or two rags, especially they are around Bhairavi and Ahir Bhairav. They work a lot, and also Bairagi Bhairav. They have a lot of the tones and the rag things in it. So the tone which pleases you, a pleasing tone is very important, because we make a different impression and expression through the tone, and we don't damage the sentence. We use the sentence in the same way, but the expression of the tone expresses itself in a different way. What happens in music, what happens in Qawwali, what happens in Dhrupad, what happens in Khayal, Thumri, Tappa, Dadra, whatever it is. And you must have heard that from me many times, but I have, because I'm standing here, I repeat it again that Gar bas mein ho to bas ja. If it is possible to you settle down. Gar bas mein ho to bas ja. 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 क्या खुदी है बेखुदी के साथ, मैं बस में हूँ बेबसी के साथ. I am in control, but I am without a control. क्या खुदी है बेखुदी के साथ, बस में मैं हूँ बेबसी के साथ. I have full control over my body, but still I am not in control. So music has been very important aspect of all of us, and whether it is in temple, whether it is in dargah, whether it is in gurudwara or anywhere. So they puja kudigram stotam stotat kudigram japat japat kudigram ganat ganat partaram nahi. So it is when you repeat what you say jap, the chantings. So it creates a halka. Halka is it's round. It creates a sort of within a rhythmic pattern. What you call the chand. Chand also, it creates a chand, and you go keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, and you get some sort of energy, because the musical note is something which energizes the being. There is amount of energy which is released from all of us. Whether it is, if we take it in a good way, we utilize our energy in a good way, so we are happy. And when we waste it, so it's a waste of energy. So energy remains energy. And the sound is the sound of Om or sound. Okay, I am talking about universally. Sound is something which brings harmony between the being and the greater being. Because we are not digitalized people, we are not digital people. What does music have? What does music have? Music have musical tone, the swara, then the rhythm, and the shanti, the silence, the importance of silence. Sometimes the silence also takes you beyond. But we are all scared of the ultimate silence. The silence, if silence is suggestive, it's beautiful. If silence is directive, it is beautiful. But we are scared of silence. But silence is very equally important as the rhythm is important, as the tone is important. So, in other way, if I say that it is pitch. Pitch for the tone, pulse, because it is this. If it goes up and down, so we don't feel comfortable. And pitch, pulse, and pause. And if we can add perfection to it, it's very beautiful. And if we can bring purity to it, it is furthermore beautiful. How to attain purity? How to attain purity? It is to go in within yourself. Khudi mein doob kar pa ja surag zindagi. I'm not translating it because it will take further more time, and there are so many people who understand this language. खुदी में डूब कर पा जा सुराग जिंदगी, मेरा न बनता है न बन पर अपना तो बन. खुदी में डूब कर पा जा सुराग जिंदगी, मेरा न बनता है न बन पर अपना तो बन. और अपना कैसे बन सकता है? How can we become our own self? Means our own self. How can we become? So this musical aspect of halka or repetition or chantings help us to go into that mode where we go and we just repeating and then suddenly something comes in between and we lose ourselves. So what is meditation? Or what is the most beautiful time? What is the most beautiful time? It's very difficult to define it. Some people say it's early morning, evening. So they always talk about the acknowledgement of when the light comes or when the light goes. But I asked, doesn't the night give us something? Isn't the night beautiful? Night is also beautiful. So what is the most beautiful time? The most beautiful time is that time when you don't think of time. When it leads you to timelessness. And medium is the music. In most of the mutts, most of the dargahs, in most of the regions, they use music to attain the unseen source, the source which is behind everything. Niranjan Nirakar Parabram Parmeshwar Ek Hi Anek Vyapyo Vishambhar. We are searching, we form, we deform, we form, we deform. So the music helps you to be your own self. It leads you to become your own self. Because everybody needs music. And like he has said that Gira is very important in Qawwali. These days, they are singing like a film song, the Qawwali. They are not diving into a very, very important aspect of Qawwali. And as he said about Roshan, he was the best Qawwali composer in film music. Otherwise, I have not heard anyone, even he had taken this Barsat Ki Ek Raat Na To Karwa Ki Tarah. It was perfect Qawwali section. But if you go in Laila Majnu, where the Rishi Kapoor second Laila Majnu, in that one also he has used a very good, I see in reality show, they are singing every and what not, but they never try that one, Ye Wada Aaj Dunya Bhar Ko Samjhane Ki Khatir, that one. Ye Deewane Ki Zid Hai, Zid Hai, Zid Hai, Zid Hai, Zid Hai, that. Have you heard that song?
Yes.
Has anybody tried? In all this reality show, we go crazy about that. हाँ, Indian Idol मिल गया. अब ये तोड़ी है. अब इसी को हम repeat करते जाते हैं. अभी हल्का. It has form. So whoever is among here who knows music, it will keep on happening in their mind that it is moving. चल रहा है दिमाग में. So this is the effect of music. Ahadnad, anahadnad. The struck sound and unstruck sound. Because musical note just does not have the vibration. The musical note foresees the vibration when it is not yet come. It welcomes that note also, which is about to come. What is he looking for? What is she looking for? What is the attainment? It's part of the entertainment. It is part of the entertainment. We are getting entertained. Other people see that, often they say, oh, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for a child to sit there for hours and hours. Just think that child who's in Guru Shishya Parampara, when he's sitting in a corner, he's getting something out of it. He was forced to sit for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour with a stick that you are not supposed to move. But after some time, he gets something out of it. It's so amazing to realize that what your body is able to do. What is it experiencing? This is all about the chanting. And in Qawwali also this call, Kalbana, and means everywhere they start with call only. And call is in also rag. We in Dagar family, we when we talk about Kalbana, we sing it in we don't sing it, but when we discuss about it, so we discuss in Rag Yaman. But most often it is in Bhoop Kalyan.
The Mankuntumala.
Mankuntumala.
Some people we are closer to Shud Kalyan, but it's Bhoop Kalyan.
Yeah, it is Bhoop Kalyan. But because of the words, they jump here and there without the knowledge of the musical notes. So they feel that because this fellow, the most dominant of the body, which is not even 1%, the musical tones tames it for a while, tames this brain for a while. And it happens through music. Even if you go into chantings, they also do da 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 da, Uccher Uddatta, Nicher Anudatta, Samarika Swari. The three notes which were used in Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Athur Veda. So these were also the three notes. Da 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 da. So Uccher Uddatta, Nicher Anudatta, Samarika Swarit. There are the tonal nuances. You have come and you have come. You and you. The Atma, the soul is always searching for the light. The heart or the arts. We need arts for our soul. And tones helps us to get because Atma, if I write Atma, so Tam, what is Tam? Tam is darkness. So it is looking for the light, Atma, because the home is darkness. And as it is repeated again and again, this was the musical tones, ever since the soul has come. When the soul was introduced to the body, so it was not willing to enter. It said, it's so dark, I can't. So the tones were used, and ever since it is blocked. And I think it will be released. And they say that the body dies, but not the soul. But it is always looking for the light. This is why we acknowledge always the light. Once we start discouraging ourselves, we go in depression, we go in negative. The musical tones and musical means arts helps it to grow further, to grow, to go beyond, to touch the chord. And how can we touch the chord? How do we touch the chord? So this silence is a space where the listeners can also have their own interpretation. And so on, I can keep on talking and talking because we are famous for elaborating our rag for very long. And so I don't have much to say. And I will just say that it's a very good thing what Manjri Chaturvedi and all the people behind her, Amit Mehra, and they have taken this initiative, because in Indian music we have 7 seen and 7 unseen notes, Sapt Gupt or Sapt Prakat. So how many people you see on stage? There are equal amount of people or more people who work behind the stage. So this is the work of the 7 seen and 7 unseen notes. So I wish them all the best, and I hope they bring, I would not say new thing to Qawwali, and just remove the curiosity from the mind of people that classicality is not our cup of tea. Your people are educated enough, but why you carry the same mental block? We'll not be able to understand. Why do we think that we can't understand classical? So there is a classical aspect in everything. Whatever a human being has created, it has created for very common and very classical act. Whatever subject has been created by a human being is for for full span, for full area he has covered. So the instrument behind all the instrument is human being. One should be able to acknowledge what the being has given us and also the human being has given us through our teachers, through our gurus, and we should acknowledge and we should pay attention to each and everything, because it's a compilation of everything. This is what I just want to say. Shukriya.
Talking to that unknown source, it is calling to that unknown source, using the voice as a medium. And very interestingly, Vasipai mentioned the tonal nuances of singing. And I hope that in some way we would be able to discover or unravel the way the tonal nuances are used in Qawwali. Musically, maybe it's not structured in the format and the way that Hindustani vocal music has been structured. And Qawwali has been left to being a very unstructured format the way it has been understood. Even its own practitioners most of the time are unable to decipher the tonal nuances and tell them. They just say, "Ye to hum aise hi gaate hain," not knowing the thought behind it. And hence this process that we encourage scholars and researchers to try and find the things, the aspects that the Qawwali practitioners themselves are unable to unravel for themselves. So we look forward to more such sessions and insightful talks. A very interesting aspect covered by Vasipai was also the chanting. And he also explained and showed us how that loop stays on in our mind. This is also a very integral part of how Qawwali is sung. There is a loop that is created which stays on in the mind even after the particular composition is over. And that is what creates that power of the form.
Gale